Good evening, YouTubers. Here I am again with another video. I know I announced that I wouldn't do one today, but I actually got the time to do one. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to show you how I did this look that I'm sporting tonight. I just did this on a whim and I wanted to show you how. I don't know if it's picking up right on camera, but it is actually pink and purple in the crease here. And I'm of course going to show you what I did to get this. And I'm going to go through the brushes and everything too, just so you know. First of all, I primed my eyelid with a paint pot from MAC. This one in Bare Study. It's this very nice champagne sort of color with just a hint of shimmer in it. And it just gives a little bit of shine to your brow bone as a nice highlight. And this is one of my favorites. I used that. Second, I took my eyeshadow brush from MAC. This is of course the 239, you all know it, and it is kind of dirty now because I just used it. I'm not going to take off all my makeup and go through everything again. You have to tell me if I should do this tutorial from scratch, but I'm just going to demonstrate how I did this. I took this, and with this I used the color. This is by MAC, and it's this one called Louder Please, and it's really hot pink. And I just covered my brush with it and started patting it on the lid very nice and slow. No swiping motions because you get a lot of fallout on the matte colors. So you just need to pat it on, and you probably need to go over it maybe 2 or 3 times to get the desired effect, or else it's just very translucent. And I wanted a lot of color for tonight. So after I did that, I used my second color, and the one I used as the second color was the one from Nars called Daphne. Sorry, looks like this. Really lovely purpley color. I don't know if you can see that right, but it's really nice, and it's very dark, but it's also a matte, and it's kind of hard to work with sometimes because it is a matte. But I used my blending brush, this one from MAC, also it's the 217, and it's a bit dirty again, and you just cover it with the color of your choice. I mean, this could work for any other color. I just chose pink and purple for this particular look. And what I did is I just placed it in my crease and just started this little windshield wiper motions. And you can see I took it quite far up today because I wanted it quite dramatic. But you can also just do it very lightly and do it little windshield wiper motions or little circular motions. And I did this probably 3 times to get the desired effect from this color. After that, you are actually pretty done with the eyeshadow part. You might have to blend it a little bit depending on how dramatic you want it or how harsh you want the edges, but that was pretty much it. For an eyeliner, I just used this on my lower lash line. I used the Gosh, and it's a Velvet Touch eyeliner in Purple Stain. It looks like so. It's just a really deep purple, and it's very creamy and very easy to work with. I have these in all kinds of colors and I love them. Second, after I finished my eyes, I did the face, because as I mentioned, these matte colors, they do have a tendency to leave quite a lot of fallout. So what I did is I did the eyes first, and afterwards I did my face. First I primed my face with the Primed and Poreless by Too Faced, and I just have this little sample size that I'm using up, and it's really good, by the way. After that, I decided against foundation. I just used a tinted moisturizer just to get rid of any blemishes or redness or anything I might have. I didn't feel like I needed a lot of coverage today, so I just used this, and this is by Clinique, and it's called the Moisture Surge Tinted Moisturizer with SPF 15, and my color is in number 2. And it's one of the best tinted moisturizers I've ever used, by the way. It's very good, and it's so worth the money. This I all set with a setting powder, of course, because you really do not want it to smudge. Even when it's just a tinted moisturizer, it can still smudge a bit. So I used this, and this is the Prep and Prime Transparent Finishing Powder by MAC. Sorry, babbling a bit. And it looks like this. It's one of my new purchases, and it's really good. And it looks white in the container, but when you apply it, it goes on completely translucent. You can't see it at all. And for a blush, I used my trusty fluffy brush, and I used a blush by MAC. I know it's been very MAC related today, but I just felt like these colors just went together somehow. I used this one called Peaches by MAC, and it's very sheer and matte and means no sparkle, no glitter at all, and it just gives a little bit of color to my cheeks, and I really love this one. It's one of my favorite shades at all. And for finally, oh, I actually forgot to mention what mascara I used before I went on to the face. But first I used this one by L'Oreal. You probably already know it. It's the L'Oreal Telescopic Clean Definition Mascara in black. And I just use this for length because it's really good for that, but it doesn't give a lot of volume. So for the volume, I used the Volume Million Lashes, and I just took this first a few times over my top lashes, blinked a bit because my lashes on my lower line are a bit flimsy. So if I put it on purposely on the bottom lashes, it looks very clumpy and uneven. So what I do is I usually just apply it on the top lashes, blink, go over with a second coat of this, blink again, and then you go. You're done. And for the lips, I just went with something pretty neutral. I went with a NYX lip gloss, and this is the shade Lala, and it's just a really nice sort of, I suppose you could call it peachy sort of pink, but more on the pink side, with just a hint of sparkle. And these are some of my favorite lip glosses. They taste amazing and are pretty cheap too. So this is how I achieved this look. Hope you can all see it, and I hope you all like it, and I hope you like the video. Please comment, rate, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, anything, and have a nice night. Bye.